Hey YouTube, it's Alicia here, and I have a WWE wrestling talk. But the first thing I wanted to come and talk about, I want to talk about this Jeff Hardy, Sami Zayn, and AJ Styles situation. So as y'all know, AJ Styles lost the title belt to um, Jeff Hardy. And when he lost it, he became champion on August 21st of 2020. Okay. Now, as y'all know, this past Friday night, Sami Zayn came back with title and host saying Jeff Hardy is a fake champion. Well, I don't believe that because I just went back and I was looking at archives and everything from this time period, and I'm going to time out the timeline of none other Sami Zayn's reign and when he lost the title. So let me get started on this right quick because I got other stories I need to talk about. So at the Elimination Chamber of 2008 of 2020 is where he won the none other elimination at the Elimination Chamber of March of 2020 on March 8th is where he won none other the Intercontinental title belt from Braun Strowman with help from Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. That's that. He defended his title successfully at WrestleMania. Okay. And because of the pandemic and when it happened, none other. WWE did offer him two options he could do. What was it? Return to TV or vacate the title. Well, what happened was they end up having her back from him, and then he ended up vacating, not voluntarily vacating the title, meaning on May 12th of 2020, he had vacated the title after holding the title for 65 days. So right after that timeline, the next timeline was when they started the Intercontinental Champion tournament starting on May 22nd, 29th. May 22nd to the 29th. So that's when they started that time, the tournament. So in the tournament, you had Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak, Elias versus King Brian Corbin, and thing. So AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan was the ones who actually went to the finals, and AJ Styles ended up winning it. And AJ Styles held that title, the IC title, June 12th of 2012 until August 21st of 2020 for both. June 12th of 2020 until August 21st of 2020. That was 71 days that he held it. Jeff Hardy just started his reign as the IG Intercontinental Champion on August 21st. So I put the question, and that's where I get to say, who is the real champion? He calls Jeff Hardy the fake champion, but I made this discovery and I wrote down the timeline. So guess what, y'all? Sami Zayn does not have any rights to that IC title, to the Intercontinental Championship, because Jeff Hardy is the true champion, because none other win Sami Zayn did not get back to WWE. He voluntarily relinquished and vacated the title. He didn't want to come back because of COVID. So what he none other relinquished and voluntarily relinquished and vacated the title of them doing that. So therefore, he does not have no he don't have no oh my god, he don't have, oh my god, what's the word I'm looking for? No, nothing to do with the intercontinental title. So therefore, when he forfeited the intercontinental title, none other, they had to do this tournament. So boom, there you go. I just gave you a timeline. So if you want to, I will try to give you, if you want to, you can also go and do your own timeline, but this is what I found out. Now, moving right along, I have to talk about the Bobby Leslie versus Apollo Crews situation. The reason I decided to do this because this actually irks me, because it's like, I support any black man in the WWE, no matter if they're a heel or a babyface. I'm going to support them regardless of what. But this feud, I started with MVP versus Apollo Crews because Apollo Crews refused you and did not want you to manage him. He had a right to confuse you, but what WWE did in the whole process is, what was the feud with Apollo and MVP in the first place? That didn't make no sense. But if you always wanted Bobby Leslie versus Apollo Crews for that U.S. title, that should have been, if that was that, you should have gave us that in the first place, not give us after the fact. So to me, I thought that was stupid and not right. I mean, you didn't do it. You did not do it right and stuff. So that's just my opinion. But I mean, everybody else can have their own opinion. But my opinion is like this. I feel like if you was going to have, I feel like having Apollo Crews dropping to Bobby Leslie in a couple of weeks after facing MVP several times, that was not right. That's not a good thing, because I have always thought Apollo Crews had greatness in the WWE, and y'all just using him to as a mid card. He can be a top superstar if you let him. And I'm just gonna say this: to me, if you have a guy like Apollo Crews who is charismatic and he's good and he can pull something off like what he did, holding the title for a month, then you should reconsider giving him another title belt shot for a different title belt. I don't know, WWE title, because I thought when the late Dusty Rose, excuse me, and the late Dusty Rose gave the endorsement saying, I like this dude, he's going somewhere. I thought when that happened, I'm going, and I always bring this up in videos when it comes to Apollo. He got an endorsement by the legendary late great Dusty Rose. So why you don't take that initiative and push him more? He does got charisma. He has his own way of doing things. But you gotta admit, the guy is good. He gets his job done. And he's a good wrestler. And I can see him. He's a good African American wrestler that you need to put in the forefront of the company. Bobby Lashley, he's much older than me. I'm not gonna say this, but I used to like Bobby Lashley. I still do, but for different reasons. Different storylines, different reasons. But that's just that. But I'm gonna come back to Bobby Lashley in a minute. But then we have Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. Now, this what really shocked me was when I saw Roman Reigns last Friday night, and right next to him is Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman's got the contract. So I'm just thinking, oh, Paul Heyman's just advising him on his contract and everything. Then I go back and I look back and I look at Backlash. I'm on my iPad. I'm looking back at Backlash and everything, and I'm seeing this video. Paul Heyman comes out. Then here comes Roman Reigns, and he then signs the contract, goes, and he becomes Universal Champion. My thing is, it's one or two things. One, that Paul Heyman wants Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar to work together as a tag team, and that's something he wants to see. Or it's something more, and they want to see a program between The Fiend versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title, or they want to see Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, part 2 or part 3, one of them again. So I mean, it's one of them, but I mean, I think that was a pretty good shot. I mean, anybody Paul Heyman latches himself to, he's a leech. But he gets them top billing and everything. Think about people he has done that with. Brock Lesnar and CM Punk, now Roman Reigns. We're going to have to see where this is going to go. Now, let's backtrack to Bobby Leslie. I feel with one of our storylines that they just stopped and we just never got a ending to was the Lana Bobby Leslie storyline, where Bobby Leslie asked for a divorce, and after that we didn't hear nothing. I feel like WWE needs to pick that back up, finish it up, and finish it out for Lana can go on to do something else. I mean, for Lana and Bobby Leslie could go on and do something else. It's just something to that storyline of the Bobby Leslie Lana MVP storyline. Something is missing there for that finish. And I feel like, I mean, if they had that Bobby Leslie versus Lana storyline, but Lana start bringing in male tag teams to deal with these guys, I think it would be a good storyline and see where it goes. It's like husband, wife getting divorced. Oh, one's upping the ante and stuff like that. But I have done a video on storylines about this and stuff. But let me hear from y'all. Do y'all think WWE need to give us a finishing ending story to the Bobby Leslie Lana storyline? All right, y'all. I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.